Good morning, viewers. How are you doing today? I welcome you all into this great session of today. My name is Abhishek Verma from Global Education and Training Institute. And, today we have decided to do a session on a topic which is preparing child to receive. This is very important when we talk in terms of education that child should come in school or in class with a receptive mind. And in order to have a discourse on such great topic, we have Mrs. Rajnikanta Best. She's the director of Swasthayan School, Haldwani, Uttarakhand. I mean, an eminent personality in the field of education with over 30 years of experience, wherein 20 years or more than 20 years of experience in leadership roles. She has established schools like Maharishi Vidya Mandir in Bageshwar, BLM Academy, Haldwani, Uttarakhand, and presently, as I've told you, that she is the director of Swasthayan, Haldwani, Uttarakhand. So, without further ado, I would like to request respected ma'am to please share her views on such a great topic, which is preparing child to receive. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Good morning to you all. It's my really pleasure to be with you all. The leaders and the pillars. Leaders, the principals, the directors, and the pillars, the teachers. Definitely, the teachers are the pillars of education system. I have to express my views on preparing the child to receive. But before going ahead, I would just like to share the background, how this topic came to my mind. And when this topic came to my mind, really, I don't hesitate to admit that I felt that as if I haven't done anything in my 61 years. Because after 61 years, I got retired and then only I started Swasthayan. So really, frankly, I'm admitting that I felt as if I haven't done anything in my 61 years. So just to clear the topic to you, I would like to just tell you the education system, the present and a little of past also. So our education system was rather first I'll say, traditional. Talk and talk and a sage on the stage with a book in hand. Book in hand in the sense that a certain curriculum in book that was to be conveyed to the children. So need was felt that it needs to be changed. Only academic excellence or performance is not enough to be judged. So all the areas of personality like holistic development is to be judged. So CC came into existence, continuous comprehensive evaluation, comprehensive. Comprehensive means of all the intelligences, of all the 9 intelligences. But unfortunately, it failed. Really, I feel really sorry for the untimely demise of CC. We could not understand CC because we were not capable enough. We were not equipped enough. And that's why perhaps we failed in CC. With CC only digitalization had started, and now we are equipped with so many resources in the field of digitalization. Rather, I would say flooded with that digitalization. So, but in my opinion, it also could not bring the results that are to be expected, that education should reach each and every child. In the sense, education doesn't mean only that securing the marks, but education means that child has learned something that he can use it to make his life good, worthy of being, or can make the child a worthy citizen of the country. But still I'm doubtful whether it could be done or not. With even so much information, we are flooded with the information, and we have resources, sources, books, articles, workshops, these lectures and all. Like we say, we are drowning in the sea of information, but starving for knowledge. We are unable to pick up whatever is available all around us. We keep on quoting the education system of Finland, Singapore, and America, and so on. But still, could it bring the result that we expected? I established BLM Academy. At that time, CC was to be used, was in education system. So we did good work in the context of performance in marks, securing marks. With CC, we started activities. And the best that we could do out of CC was group activities in the classes. So that was the only use of CC that we could do at that time at BLM Academy. The students were truly benefited out of that. Results were good. And we made a name. BLM Academy made a name at Haldwani. And after 4 sessions only, I would say, we had to start rejection of admissions because seats were less and aspirants were more. After 5th session, I would say, we did not feel the need of advertisements because the line of aspirants to get admission was long and seats were very few, very, very few. But I was not satisfied. I was satisfied with my work, but I was not satisfied with the result. Reason was, still there were some students out of the strength 347. Still there were some students who could not receive anything from the school. Very frankly, I'm telling you, I'm not hesitant to accept even that some of the students could not receive anything. When they reached class 11th, I told them that you had been to school for 13 years since nursery, LKG, UKG, and then class 1 to 10. So 13 years of schooling you have already done. And the money spent was minimum 5 lakh to 6 lakh. So whatever you know, is it worth education of 13 years and money of 5-6 lakhs? Even if we just calculate it in terms of money, is it? They also realized, the students also realized, yes, it was not. Our system had failed for those students only, though they were not many. Hardly they would have been 100 to 150, 100 odd students would have been. So I felt that system is failed and I wanted the education to reach each and every child of the school. But it could not. And that was my pain. I knew how can it reach, but as I was extra busy with my work, as principals, all the principals are extra busy with their work of management, administration. So they are unable to help the teachers, because in it, help of the teachers is required. And moreover, the loss that has been incurred up to class 10th is to be compensated, and for that time was needed. It could be done, but time was needed. And that time, there was a scarcity of that time. So it was my pain that I could not do anything for all the students, and it was my retirement, so I had to leave. So I got another opportunity to start a school Swasthya as a director, because I could not work as a principal. So enthusiastically, I started, and I thought the dreams that I could not fulfill in my past experience, past work, that I'll do here. Because the system was in my hand. So I started the work and was expecting a miracle, that I'll be able to do some miracle in Swasthya. But again, I could not do. Again, I could not do. And just trying to find out, to discover that what went wrong, what is going wrong. Because the students were very less in the classes, 9 to 10 students were in the classes. I also taught the class 5th I taught. Then only realization happened. But we could not give equally good, almost equally good result of all the students, though the number was only 10 in the classes. Maximum number was 10 in the classes. There were many villains, I can say, in giving the result, and the main was the limited time of the period. Even I also taught, but I also could not be satisfied with my own result. So what went wrong, I would like to share with you. I thought in Swasthya we'll focus upon 5 C's: courage, curiosity, concentration, creativity, and compassion. And the topmost importance will be given to curiosity. Because the child is to be made inquisitive, then only we can do something for the children. So I created such a system that the children could ask questions. I tried to encourage them to ask questions, but the questions they used to ask were not satisfactory. They don't have questions because they don't want to know anything. They love playing only. They love playing, but they don't want to know anything. If you make them free for the whole day, they'll not ask, ma'am, why classes are not going on today. They'll not ask. They'll be happy to play the whole day long. So we have not developed that thirst for knowledge for the students. I'll just give you some examples. We showed an experiment to the students to show the reaction of acid and base. So for it, we immersed an egg into acetic acid. 3rd, 4th, and 5th, 3 classes were there. As in my school, I have only classes up to 5th, with the aim that first I have to develop the system up to class 5th, because this is foundation. And if we could successfully lay the foundation in these classes, so there'll be no problem class 6th onwards. So I opened up to class 5th only. So the students of 3rd, 4th, and 5th were sitting. We immersed an egg into acetic acid, and we asked, what are the questions in your mind? C. And what are the questions in your mind? One child only said that why the egg is bigger, why we see egg bigger in the acetic acid when it is immersed in acetic acid. Other students could not observe that egg is looking a little bigger in acetic acid. Second thing, I asked the students once that if the God comes in your class someday as a teacher, so what will the God teach you? Again, in class 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So the students wrote common things only, that God will do this, God will do that. And they say what the teachers do. And they really painted the clear picture of what happens in class. Only one child could write that the God Almighty will teach us what the teachers cannot teach. First, he also wrote, God will do this, God will do that. But later, he cut it all and then wrote in one sentence only that God will teach us what the teachers cannot. Such observation, how many students have? Now I come to the most important one. Christmas is celebrated in every school with all fanfare. They know, the children know, it is the birthday of Jesus Christ. So I told the students about the life of Jesus Christ. And then I told, who is Santa Claus? Do you know who is Santa Claus? And what is the relation of Santa Claus with Christmas and Jesus Christ? So do you know? Nobody knew. Nobody knew. So I told the students that I'll not let you know who is Santa Claus. I know who is Santa Claus, because I have come today prepared that I have to tell you about Santa Claus. But Santa Claus, who is Santa Claus, you have to discover. I'll not tell you. And in case you could not discover, you please come to me, who is Santa Claus. Then only I'll tell you who is Santa Claus. Otherwise, I will not tell you. If you don't want to know, what is the purpose of telling you that who is Santa Claus? You won't believe. Nobody came. Nobody came. Because they don't want to know. Right? So this is the condition that we celebrate. How many of us, the audience even sitting in front of me, know that who is Santa Claus and why Santa Claus is associated with our this Christmas celebration? So what is the purpose of such celebrations in school? We have to think. The children, they don't want to know anything. They come to school because they are sent to school. What is happening in the school? We are serving the food. Analogy, I'll give you. We are serving the food beautifully. Very well decorated in beautiful platters and other things. But the child is not eating. We are doing so many things. The system has become so much dynamic. Dynamic in the sense that work is going on. People rushing from here to there. A lot of work is being done in the school. And system is dynamic in this sense, not dynamic in actual sense. But the result is, the children, they don't want to know anything. They come to school because they are sent to school. So I realized that what can be done now with these students? Is it too late? Because they are not tuned to, or they are not groomed to ask questions or to be inquisitive. So what to do? So what I thought now, from class nursery itself, we have to develop this thing that they ask questions. So I have told my nursery teacher that now class nursery will not start with alphabets. It will start with some activity, so that the child wants to know why it's happening. The student of class nursery can also. And the all science that is to be taught up to class 8th can be covered in activities only. In lockdown also, what we did, we sent one science activity and one art and craft activity every day to the students. You won't believe, almost everybody participated, sent us the videos, and they were able to understand. It was all in English. All the activities and all the craft activities were in English, and they were able to understand and do because they were taking interest. Otherwise, there is complaint that they cannot understand in English. But if we serve them something of their interest, so definitely they'll be able to understand. So now the responsibility on the schools is from class nursery itself. What needs to be done? That they have questions. Up to class 5, we can change the curriculum. We can have our own curriculum. Like in Uttarakhand, NCERT books are compulsory. So what I did, I started one more subject, science and technology. Because what I think, that science and technology can create interest of the children if we teach it since beginning. And to some extent, we were successful also. So one thing is to be realized. When the child comes to school, he doesn't come to learn anything, to ask anything. Child is sent to school. He doesn't come to school to know answers of his some questions. And whatever we convey, whatever we say that this is so, he or she accepts. Very, very unfortunate. And this is the reason that the teachers also are unable to create that curiosity in students. Students don't come to school. They are sent to school. So how can we create such an atmosphere that the children, they come to school with some questions? And for that, we'll have to train the teachers. In Swasthya, we are doing such thing. Like in lockdown also, we made beautiful videos on different activities. And to tell them, to create their interest, like what is a bacteria and what is a virus. Even the students of class 1 and 2 can understand. Science activities, we made the videos of science activities and made the topic very, very clear. Unfortunately, in schools, we don't have time to make such activities. This lockdown has proved very, very useful for me because the teachers are creating the videos, the presentations on different topics, like one we made on pain. What is pain? How many types of pain are there? How do you feel pain? You will not find any of thing regarding pain in any of the book up to class 10th. So interesting to know about pain. How cement is made. How rubber is made that you use. We have made videos. And that has become a permanent property in the school that anytime we can show and we can use them. In class nursery, we started from Kshiti, Jal, Pavak, Gagan, Samir, from 5 elements. I told the teachers, make rhymes on earth, make rhymes on fire. Why are you teaching this Jack and Jill? Wherever I was, I never taught these Jack and Jill. I never told the teachers to teach. I told, make your own rhymes that are useful, and we made also. So that the child knows what is around. And the greatest responsibility teachers is to create inquisitiveness. And for that, we will have to train the teachers. Unfortunately, in schools, innovations are being done, but for event management. The level of event management is going higher and higher every day, I can say, or every month, I can say, or every year, I can say. Because we have to impress the parents. And parents too are unable to judge the schools. So in Swasthyan, I have told the parents clearly that schools will change only when you change. Your expectations change. As I told you also, in BLM Academy, I got very good acknowledgement. Awards also, so many awards also I got. At local level, though, local level or Uttarakhand level I got. But now I think, no. What was to be done, I could not do. I did work. I am satisfied that I did work. But what was to be done could not be done. Now I have realized, and this is my achievement, that we are teaching the child without preparing the child to receive. Child doesn't want to know anything. So why do we start with the topics that are in the books? Why don't we ask the students that what do you want to know? Any one child. And then start to satisfy his query only. Because whatever will be his question, definitely it will be related to some of the topics of the books. And for that, we will have to train the teachers. Because teachers too are product of our old education system. That accepting whatever is in the books. I ask a question to a teacher of maths. Often, when interview, you'll be surprised to note the answers of the teachers. I ask teacher, if whenever you multiply, the number increases. But when you multiply 0.9 by 0.9, it becomes 0.81. The number decreases. The product decreases than the numbers. Why? None of the teachers so far could give the answer. None of the teachers. None of the physics teachers could tell me the speed of Earth, because it's nowhere perhaps in curriculum. Even the MSc, PGTs also could not tell me what is the speed of Earth. And when I told my students the speed of Earth, they were able to calculate the circumference of the Earth. Electricity, the topic electricity. How it is taught cannot clear the topic to the students as it is given in the books of NCERT. Because these days I have time, so I am just searching the books of science. So I am preparing, myself preparing. So what I am finding, that it's not so systematic the way it should have been, and it should have helped the teachers also. So the teachers will have to prepare the presentations. So every school must have a shell, a separate shell, because teachers are overloaded with the work. And an overloaded mind cannot think, cannot innovate. It's a truth. So we will have to free the teachers. Either we will have to have a shell that can create the presentations to simplify the topics, so that each and every child receives. Question? Yeah. Yes. So we have to have such a system that we can have a shell in which we can work. Some research can be done. Some discoveries can be done that how can each and every child be benefited. We say education for all. It doesn't mean that education for all means that every child is going to school. Education for all means every child is benefited. Every child receives something from the school that he can use that whatever he has received in school later in his life. In our system, we are unable to. We are making the students only marks conscious because ultimately he has to prove himself with marks also, marks only. See the cars in India. See the products in India. Most of the products are being replaced now with foreign products. Why? When we go to buy a car, we look for a foreign brand only. Whatever when we go to buy, we try to purchase foreign brand only. Why? Why India is unable to create such things that we prefer Indian things only? Because our education system is not such. It's not based on problem solving. First thing, we haven't made the child inquisitive. The child is not willing to receive. Second thing, we are not teaching the children problem solving. In IITs, earlier the question paper used to be based on problems only. I had a talk with one person who gives coaching to the students of IIT. He said, earlier when exams of IITs were held, so first we used to solve the question paper and then we used to enter the class because it used to be so tough. It was based on problem solving, and now we need not to solve the question paper beforehand and we straightway enter the class with the question paper in hand. So why? Otherwise, earlier, the students, they used to work harder. They used to involve in problem solving. And that used to help them later to be a good engineer. How will a child discover something or invent something until and unless the child is able to discover the problems? So we have to teach the child problems, identification of problems only. And definitely, if a child starts identifying the problems, so definitely we'll look for a solution also and we'll go to the teacher for its solution, what can be. So the child can be asked, what is your solution? Because we are not so capable to give the answers. We have to accept. We will come to know how little we know when a child will start asking questions. So once we have created such generation that who keeps on asking questions, it will be very difficult for us to enter the class. And perhaps that's why we are not trying, that it will be a difficult time for us to satisfy the students. But in doing so, teachers too will grow. We have to make the teacher grow, because any miracle, if is to be done in class, is to be done by the teacher only, not the principal. I know how to just do, but I cannot reach each and every class. Ultimately, a teacher only has to enter the class. So teachers are to be created. We will not get ready-made teachers. Not at all, not at all. We are not letting the teachers grow. They are becoming machines. Machines. Because they are doing mechanically. We are not developing leadership in them. And that is the reason there is a scarcity of principals. We are not getting good principals. If I talk of Haldwani only, so whenever a brand school was opened at Haldwani, so we had to bring principal from outside. We could not select anybody from Haldwani because the schools of Haldwani could not create such teachers who could be appointed principal. So this is lacking. This is to be realized, that where are we lacking? We are thinking that we are doing a lot in the school, but the basic thing that the teacher should grow. Teacher should grow. And after every 5 years, the teacher should be capable to become a principal. Must develop so much of capacities and capabilities. And for that, the management will have to work. In case we are unable to produce, in case we are unable to ensure the growth of the teachers, it means work is not being done in school. Not at all, not at all. It means mechanical work is going on in the school and the children are being prepared only for marks. We are making them only marks conscious. And this way, we cannot develop. We cannot develop. Lately, I saw a cartoon. A child was saying, there are so many 99% in India. So why aren't they able to find out the vaccine for corona? It's true. It's true. So we have to simplify the system. We have really complicated the system. So many things we are trying to do in 6 hours only. That is not possible. That is not possible. We have to clear it to the parents also that this much only can be done in 6 hours. Be ready for it. We need not to allure the parents that we do this and this thing in our school. A school gets a child's only 1,260 hours. I have calculated. Holidays and all, I have calculated. A school gets only 1,260 hours. And parents get 4,160 hours. So parents are to be trained. Parents are to be counseled. And we have to create such a system that these holidays are utilized very well. Like these days, when we sent an art activity, craft activity, so they were able to do at home. So why do we waste our time in doing this in school? I realized during this lockdown only that why are we giving this time in school? Why don't we send the activity at home only and they can do, and at home everybody will do? Because at home he has all the things to do the activity. So we have to just think, how much can we do in 6 hours? I had calculated everything, that how many periods a subject gets for teaching, excluding the periods for tests, exams, excluding those, and the day the classes are not held. Hardly 100 out of 220, hardly 100 periods a subject, a student or a teacher gets for a subject. So we have to make such a system that how can we give more in less time. So the solution is for that. First, we have to make our teachers grow. because without good teachers, we cannot bring any sort of excellence. Second thing, we have to make the child inquisitive. We have to teach what the child wants to be taught. And for that, since beginning, we have to focus from class nursery itself. We have to show them activities. What I'm planning now, that even class nursery onwards, I'll give a kit to the students. In that kit, small scientific things will be there, like a magnet, compass, mirrors, all sort of mirrors. That the child asks why it's happening, why it's attracting something, but it's not attracting everything. Why? So I'm planning, and this idea came to my mind after 61 years, not earlier. Though I am a science student, I was a science student. Because when I was frustrated that the students are not asking questions, the relevant questions, so I thought this can be done, and I'm planning to do this session onwards. Unfortunately, because of lockdown, we could not start, but I'll do whenever possible. One more thing we can do, that we can just make the system informal. Fortunately, I got a chance to see a school in America. My son is in America. So it was their special assembly. I was excited to see their special assembly, that it's America's special assembly. So I would see something very, very great. But it was so simple, the children sitting on the ground, parents standing, no formality of attention at ease. The way the students wanted to stand, they were standing, they were reading a thought from the paper, principal herself making announcements. No teacher was there to invite principal, that now I invite principal ma'am to say something. Nothing of such sort, nothing of such sort. Principal herself was making announcement, was doing something, and after the program, she herself packed the mic and all, and took it away. And had you seen the classrooms of those, that school, you would have been really surprised. So we can connect to the students only when we have an informal system. And to develop inquisitiveness, to make the child to receive, to prepare the child to receive, we need to develop that connection with the child. And that connection can be developed with the child only when we are informal. Money should be spent in schools in developing the classrooms, not the exterior of the building. Not the exterior of the building. No need of making a school a 5-star, like a 5-star hotel in decoration and all. What needs, how our classrooms are. What have we provided to the students in classroom? How is our library? And how much is the load of the teacher? Needs to be that the teacher can do justice. So these are a few things that we need to think upon, that I discovered after 61 years when I myself entered the class and I wanted to give equally good result of everybody. So then I realized. And now, one more thing I would like to just say, remedial class must start in the beginning itself, in class 1 only if required. In class 11th or in class 9th or in higher classes, we are too late for the remedial class, and it will be only a farce of remedial class. Even if we are giving the remedial classes, it's only a farce of remedial class. The child cannot receive the backlog of all the previous classes. So we need to work upon in class 1 only. When the child from UKG goes to class 1, there the content is less, course is less, so we have time, we can do. So we have to work upon these things. This is my experience after 61 years. I'm not sharing with you my experience before 60 years. After 61 years rather, I would say, right? So this way, we need to be in classes to discover what needs to be done, that each and every child is benefited. Perhaps I have taken a lot of time. 45 minutes are over. So now Abhishek can tell me what I have to just say.
Right. It was such a nice listening to you, ma'am, and I hope all of us have learned many things out of this great session. And the 45 minutes of discourse, they are really enriching to us. And you know, one thing which I like is like child is sent to school. They don't come to school willingly. And we have learned that when we talk in terms of teachers, you have very rightly told us that overloaded mind cannot innovate.
Yes, yes.
So we must and should give space to the teachers so that they can think in their mind freely, and they can devise ways for innovative teaching in the schools. And many times you have quoted that experience of 61 years, like after 61 years you have reached. So I can infer from that that a teacher is a a long learner. There is no age for learning, and this is what I have personally learned from you, and we all the viewers have learned in this today's session. So thank you very much, ma'am. Thank
Yes,
you
we have,
very
yes,
much.
yes. We have to create a
Such an
lifelong
encouraging
learner.
session.
We have to create lifelong learner.
Yes, definitely, ma'am. Thank you very much for your time, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank
Bye,
you to
ma'am.
you also, Abhishek. Thank you so
And
much.
thank you very much, viewers. Thank you for standing with us, listening to us patiently. Thanks to all. Thank you.